Space is full of possibilities, which makes it a setting for some truly awesome games. Whether you're into massive space battles, trading, or just chilled exploration, there's something here for everyone. I'm Obsidian Ant, and in this video I take a look at the best space games of 2018. Now, to fit into this list there are a number of requirements. Most notably, the game needs to be either scheduled for full release this year, or else already be released but with an update launching this year. Let's get to it then and take a look at some of the best space games out there in 2018. Hopes are riding high for X4. Developers Egosoft have long been credited for keeping the space genre alive during the early 2000s with the exceptional X series that began with X Beyond the Frontier and reached amazing heights with X3. The series hit a massive problem though with the somewhat reimagined version of the series in X Rebirth. That said, Egosoft are certainly looking ahead with X4. Set in the far future and located within a multitude of beautiful environments, X4 will allow players to trade, fight and explore. Further, in true X fashion, the game will allow you to own entire fleets from small fighters to massive carriers, all of which can be upgraded. Fans of the X series will know that it doesn't stop there though, as building and owning space stations will also be a possibility. The game will also feature a fully simulated economy that takes place with or without your presence. X4 still has a way to go, and there's no exact release date at the moment aside from the year 2018. But it is a bold project, and Egosoft do have some very good track record there. If this game manages to overcome the problems that came with X Rebirth, then this could certainly be one to watch out for. No Man's Sky, of course, needs no introduction. Released in 2016, the title dived rapidly from insane levels of hype towards all manner of problems. Yet Hello Games never gave up on the title, which has at this point received a number of updates, including the ability to build bases, drive around ground vehicles, and the addition of a 30+ hour campaign, and many other things besides. No Man's Sky then is a true space exploration journey, with literally quintillions of planets to explore. Everything in this game is procedurally generated, from the planets themselves to all forms of life therein. In terms of gameplay, the world really is yours. Build, fight and explore as you journey your way through this immense world. The newest update is called Next, and by all accounts it's the biggest so far. This includes many new features. Most notable of these is the new multiplayer functionality. However, the update also contains many other things, such as upgraded graphics, improved planetary terrain generation, a new cloud system, underwater bases, the ability to build multiple bases on multiple planets, in addition to allowing players to own fleets of frigates. No Man's Sky Next is available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and PC. The second oldest title on this list, Elite Dangerous, launched in 2014 and is still going strong today. Next to No Man's Sky, Elite Dangerous is the second largest title in terms of playable area, with a full 1-to-1 scaled representation of the Milky Way galaxy and 400 billion star systems. Over the past years, it has continuously received updates and have added significant content to the game, the largest of which is no doubt the ability to land on airless planetary surfaces. 2018 though is likely to be one of the biggest years for the game yet, already having received 2 updates for its third season called Beyond. 2 further updates are still scheduled, the largest of which is going to be Chapter 4, which will contain massive overhauls to both the exploration and mining systems. Further, squadrons, which are essentially player guilds, will also be making an appearance, along with the launch of fleet carriers, gigantic ships owned and controlled by player squadrons. This may not be all though, as Elite Dangerous creators Frontier Developments have said there's further unannounced content planned for the game. Elite continues to be an epic space game where you can buy and modify ships as you progress through the galaxy as a trader, bounty hunter or explorer. All of this set against the backdrop of literally tens of thousands of factions and of course the ever-present Thargoid aliens. Star Trek Bridge Crew arrived on virtuality platforms last year and eventually made its way to regular monitors. This year, a new update allows players to take control of the next generation Enterprise and brings with it a whole range of new missions along with new enemies in the form of the Borg. Now, I found this title to be immensely fun as it allows players to band together and take up different roles on the ship's bridge. Teamwork then is essential in this game, whether you're captain, engineer, science or tactical officer. Whilst this game is a space game, Unlike the other titles in this video, Star Trek Bridge Crew is not a free-form open-world game, and instead follows set mission scenarios as players set out to complete a variety of objectives. Of course, the opportunity to sit in the captain's chair on the Enterprise D is extremely compelling, and I for one am glad that someone out there was able to make it so. So here then is the oldest title on the list. Released way back in 2003, EVE Online is now over 15 years old, and yet in many ways any new observer would be hard pressed to tell. This is because the vast amount of updates CCP have pushed for this game, massively expanding upon and improving the original release. Set in a galaxy of thousands of stars, players vie against each other for domination, economic control, or simply to make their own way through the galaxy. What makes EVE Online a unique space game is that everything within it is player controlled, and this includes a fully functioning, extremely detailed economy. Whether you're a combat-focused player, have aspirations to become a galactic space tycoon, want to explore the depths of unknown wormholes, or simply mine, there's something here for you. At this point, EVE Online has such an abundance of content that it's very difficult to summarise it in a meaningful way. It's easily the most fully fleshed out game on this list. The latest release, Into the Abyss, arrived in May of this year and brought with it a load of new content and upgrades. It was also the first update to be released for EVE Online that primarily focused on PvE features. EVE Online is now a free-to-play game, however that does come with a number of limitations, so perhaps in some terms of gameplay at least, the monthly subscription is perhaps the better option. Unlike the other titles in this video, EVE Online is played exclusively from a third-person perspective. Some people may find that a little off-putting, however there are a lot of benefits to it, including the fact that you can continuously admire your ships. EVE Online then is without a doubt a title that could keep you very interested in space for an extremely long time. EVERSPACE launched on the PlayStation 4 in the middle of 2018, and whilst it isn't an open world space game, it does allow for a lot of free-form play, combat and exploration. EVERSPACE then is a roguelike set against stunning backdrops. The aim of the game is to travel from sector to sector in the attempt to reach as far as possible. Whilst the combat in EVERSPACE can get very fast-paced, some people may find it a little too on the arcadey side. However, there's certainly enough to be getting on with in terms of upgrades and progression that really does add a whole lot to EVERSPACE. The game is currently available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and PC. So those are among the best space game titles currently available in 2018. However, they are far from the only space game titles out there, and many others are in various forms of early access or alpha, with the aim to be released in 2019, or perhaps at a later date still. Some of these include, but are not limited to, the following games. Dual Universe is a massive open world sandbox game with the ability to build just about everything and anything you want. The game also features seamless planetary landing as well as full spaceflight. It's currently in pre-alpha access and is covered by an NDA, meaning that for now at least, it's very unlikely we'll be hearing any more about this game. However, Dual Universe is extremely ambitious, not least because its aim is to have a single server that allows everyone to play simultaneously together. Each player will also ultimately have the potential to have an impact upon the game world. Currently, there's no release date for Dual Universe. Now this is a biggie. Star Citizen, the largest crowdfunding project in history, is sitting at close to $200 million now. However, as yet there's still no concrete release date, yet the community largely expect to see the game sometime in either 2020 or 2021. Currently in alpha access, Star Citizen then is a massively ambitious game that allows players to walk around on planetary surfaces, immensely detailed bases and space stations, and of course travel in spaceships. The alpha features a number of game loops in various stages of completion. However, there's still a long way to go until the game reaches its lofty goals. Other games worth keeping an eye out for are Starfighter Inc., Space Engine, Genesis Alpha 1, and of course Objects in Space. The list of space games is growing at an exponential rate, so if there's any other titles out there then do let me know in the comment section. I'm sure everyone would love to hear about them. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.